Good morning, everyone. And people are getting food and stuff.
Hey, Joseph, I don't see the end of semester report thing you said you shared.
Alrighty, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. There's breakfast in the back, so feel free to grab some. But I called this meeting to order at 9:02 a.m. and we'll start off with the land acknowledgement. Associated Students recognizes and acknowledges the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of the Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians that is now occupied by our campus of California State University, Northridge. Honors their elders past and present and the descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians. Associated Students recognizes that the tribe is still here and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. We'll now go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand if you are able. Alrighty, we'll now go ahead and turn over to the roll call. And I will, no worries, and I'll give it to Golden.
Vice President Anderson. Senator Bovnagry. Senator Chavez. Senator Doe. Senator Dunn. Senator Kaddish. Senator Iman Khan. Senator Awais Khan. Senator Mezabin. Senator Radionov. Senator Saravia. Senator Scher. Senator Tybee. Senator Toledo Carranza. Senator Tran. We have a quorum.
Thank you to our Attorney General. We'll now go ahead and move on to the approval of the agenda for today's meeting. Is there a motion? Senator Dunn. Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Tybee, thank you. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. We'll go ahead and move on to the approval of the minutes for December 4th. Is there a motion? Senator Tybee.
I move to approve the minutes for December 4th.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Dunn, thank you. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. Before we move on to special presentations, if you want to ask to be recognized, now's the time to do it. Yes, Senator Saravia.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Senator Kaddish.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Senator Bovnagry.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Awesome. Okay. We'll now go ahead and move on to our special presentation today with regard to police regulated equipment. And we have our interim chief of police, Fred Fernandez. Welcome. Thank you for being here. You can just press the button on the microphone to turn it on.
Can you hear me okay? All right. Well, good morning, Madam President, Vice President, esteemed senators. Today, I am going to be presenting a really exciting presentation on regulated equipment. And I mean that not at all. Just very quickly, on July 20 of 2022, the Board of Trustees approved the system-wide regulated tools and equipment policy. And as required by California Code 7072, which requires every law enforcement agency in the state of California to publish certain information annually regarding specified equipment. Of the 16 regulated type of equipment and tools, CSUN DPS utilizes only one, and that is the 40mm sponge tip launcher. Information regarding the use. Did you laugh? Okay, thanks. That wasn't the funny part. All right. Information regarding the use, policy, compliance, funding, inventory of the 2023 calendar year to date are outlined, as the DPS did not use the 40mm sponge tip at all this year. We did not receive any complaints or concerns regarding the equipment. We did not receive any audit findings regarding any violations associated with the regulated tools or equipment. The annual cost of the equipment is about $5,357.55, which we expend annually from the DPS general fund budget. And currently we have 2 of these sponge tip single launch launchers. And that's the report. Do I have any questions regarding the sponge tip launcher?
Yes, Asia.
Oh, sorry. What is a sponge tip launcher and what would it typically be used for?
Okay, so the sponge tip launcher or 40mm sponge tip launcher is used as a less lethal device that allows us to incapacitate someone who might be a danger to the campus community, but keep us at a safe distance. A good example of the use of the 40mm launcher would be several years ago, we had a individual enter the campus with a sledgehammer. And as he was moving around the sledgehammer, luckily he was only damaging trash cans, but he was frightening the students. So rather than get very close to him and put ourselves in a position where we might have to use deadly force because a sledgehammer could create that, we had the 40mm launcher available. Luckily, we were able to talk him down and he put down his sledgehammer. We didn't use it, but that would be the use of that particular weapon. Any other questions?
All right. If there are none, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you. Have a wonderful break.
Yes, you too.
Thanks. Alrighty, we don't have any further special presentations, that we'll move on to open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes. Oh, James with a haircut. Looking good.
It's a little still too long off the top, but yeah, I'll go get it fixed. So, hello, good morning, everyone. My name is James Forster. I serve as the AS program manager. I have no actual event updates for this coming week because we are done with events. However, I just wanted to share with you all some events and some updates or some dates for our events for spring semester, just so you all are aware of what's going on. So we will be back with the farmers market on January 30th. That is the week 2 of the semester. So if any of you rely on the market for any food or some food options, just know that we will not be there for week 1, but we will be back week 2. Some other important dates that are coming around. The big date that everyone loves to know, Big Show. Big Show will be back in the spring semester. It will be on Saturday, April 6th, just so you all are aware, and you all can expect to see hopefully some advertisements and announcements of who our artist is going to be when we return in the spring semester as well. Additionally, another big date that I wanted to let you all know about, our annual Earth Fair event will be on Thursday, April 25th, but I'll have more information towards that as we get closer to that event. So I just wanted to throw those big dates out for you. So the market will be back January 30th, Big Show Saturday, April 6th, and Earth Fair April 25th. Thank you all.
Thank you. Very exciting announcement. And I think Kevin and James said we're having Beyonce, right? For Big Show. Yeah. Okay.
We're working on it.
Great. We'll just take all of our funds and just put it towards Beyonce. That's awesome. Alrighty. Anyone else here for open forum? Yes, come on down.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Do I sign in? This is my first time.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Annette Besnillian. I'm the Executive Director of the Marilyn Magrum Center at Cal State University Northridge. We are an auxiliary center in the College of Health and Human Development. What our center provides is hands-on experiences for students, internships, research education, and we conduct outreach to the community, all in the areas of food and nutrition and dietetics. And also we provide culinary and gardening opportunities. So thank you so much for allowing me to come this morning. I know one of our student teams wanted to come present, but many of them are in finals. So I wanted to come today and just give you a brief information about what we're doing, because many of our projects are for student success and student opportunities. And I'm not sure if everyone is aware, we produce actually products that our students help develop, manufacture, and then we have them available. So if any of you have had our Matador marmalade or our Fit Jams, they're all the marmalade is all from the orange groves, and our students pick them. And now we've co-packed them. There's a whole history behind it. I know I only have a few minutes this morning. I just brought you all a sample of the marmalades and jams to see, but we're hoping to get them out at the farmer's market weekly, but they're available through the bookstore. And this was all made by Matador Pride and available. We have many other products, but our newest one was our Matador bars. They're protein bars. And I wanted to bring and share it with everybody because you may have heard throughout the last few years, but we're finally able to pack them. So I have samples of those for everybody to taste today. So I will put them in the back right after. But I also wanted to tell you about a couple of other great opportunities. Besides our products, we provide wellness workshops. And one of our projects is a tea haven. Our students through our gardens also produce teas. So we kicked it off last month, but we are hoping as this semester proceeds, we're going to have our wellness tea haven, which is an opportunity for students to come and sip on tea. And we have art therapy students doing art therapy and music therapy students doing music therapy. So it's an opportunity for students to come and learn about teas and wellness and health while they're reducing their stress. So I'll have those flyers out there too. And we do have the only women, infants, and children clinic on any university campus. So we're very proud of that. And I wanted to make sure I share that with all of you. If you know any of our students who are parents and have children under 5 years of age, we provide healthy foods, nutrition education. And again, like I said, we are the only university on the nation that has an approved WIC program. So if you know anyone, please get the word out. We have received a grant that we're able to open that center every day of the, every day. It used to be only 2 days a week, but we're very lucky that we have that opportunity. And we do many other things, body composition testing. We work with athletes. We work across campus. So I'll leave this with you, but I did want to share those very few important things, which are our products. Our students continuously working. I brought you samples of teas as well, and you can brew them for your next meeting when you come back. We're very proud of our teas. It gets grown, blended, and it's all student-led. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here this morning. Should I leave the handouts and everything out, or would you want me to pass them out?
You can probably just pass them out. Yeah, why not? Go for it. You can pass them out if you'd like.
Thank you so much. I
course.
don't know if anyone has any questions. I went over a lot. There's a lot we do and I only have 3 minutes. So I do have the handout with everything we do and we do collaborate across campus. So I just want to say that we do, for example, our products make it all the way to the bull ring and fast pitch and all our students get to compete. And then they're the ones that actually come up with the labeling and the nutrition facts and all of that. So we're very proud of that. And the last thing I want to say about the protein bars, it was 5 years into making. We had lots of student input before this one came out, this one product. It is 20 grams. It is all natural, healthy. And it is almost like a meal replacement, but this one does have nuts. So if anyone has nut allergies, please be careful. Our next team is working on a nut-free and very allergen-sensitive one. But if for those of you who know, it's very hard to make a 20-gram protein bar taste good. And we're very proud of this product. So, and hopefully I'll have some of the students bring the other samples next semester because they're also very proud of that. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here this morning. And I was going to say, I actually did try the peppermint tea and I absolutely love it. I'm not a huge tea person, but now I drink it religiously. So it's super awesome.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So our newest one, and I think I have it here, is the chai. So for those of you who love chai, you know, that's really a good one as well. So thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Alrighty. Anyone else here for open forum? Yes. Tessa's here.
I'm gonna sign in first and then I have something to pass out as well. So I only printed 4, so I'm just gonna pass out 2 here, and 1 up there, and maybe you guys can share. Okay, so I've been working with Paige and Josie on this just briefly, but I'd just like to propose something to you all. My name is Tessa Anderson. I'm currently a sophomore. I'm a media management major, which has nothing to do with this, but this is still a passion of mine. I founded and I'm currently president of Sustainable Fashion Club. So our goal on campus is to teach students how to maintain their clothes to protect against waste and have students be able to prolong the life of their clothes. And I would like to propose a campus thrift store. So many other universities have campus thrift stores. A thrift store will provide a community on campus and a goal that students can rally on. A commuter school such as ours have students that come to campus to learn and then go home. It makes it hard to make friends and create a community on campus. Students need a place to meet like-minded people and have something to be proud of. A thrift store will also further CSUN sustainability efforts. Currently, we are the highest ranked campus in the California State University system on the Sierra Club's list of greenest schools. Not only will a thrift store provide an environmentally friendly option to shopping on campus, it will also allow a place to promote sustainable behavior around campus. Some other positives is that it creates a non-food oriented job on campus and an entrepreneurial space for students to sell handmade products. It also will provide a place for students to get cheap or possibly free items. Maybe in the future, we'd also be able to provide casual events for students like band nights, arts and crafts, mending help, and maybe tea time. In the packet I passed out, it shows you the 4-year business plan I created in my freshman year in university. I'm asking for your help with this project. I'm basing the thrift store off the UC Davis thrift store, which has been up and running for a while and I have strong communication with. Seeing what they have done will allow us to avoid the mistakes and make a best space for students possible. If you also look at the next page, I included UC Davis's quarterly report. You can see exactly how many donations they receive and the total waste that was diverted from that. They also give away all their clothes for free. So they started off as a thrift store selling clothes, but now like Maddie's Closet, they're able to give away all the clothes for free. So it's from CSUN students to CSUN students. Roughly 500 billion worth of clothes are thrown away or lost every year. Not only is the transportation, but the actual waste a big negative effect in our environment. This will help also students get a hold of certain resources like clothing and books, etc., that they have a hard time getting because of personal and financial issues. So also, if you look currently at UC Davis, all of their clothes and items are free. I'm also in meetings with Maddie's Closet, who have been thinking about expanding into a free thrift store where students can donate and get clothes just like UC Davis's store. The only issue is storage and finding space. While talking to UC Davis, they said that their AS department was a huge part in creating the thrift store, and then they take care of the rent and help set up the location. I included the square footage of UC Davis's store to get a general idea of how much space we would need. I think together we have a better chance at making change. If it's through Maddie's Closet or if it's through my club, it doesn't matter. It's just the time that CSUN takes in order to get a full thrift store. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
Hi, Tessa. It's great to see you again.
Hi.
My question is, what can we do as AS to support you?
So I've been currently talking to the USU because they're a nonprofit and we're a nonprofit. It would make sense for us to go somewhere in this area. The only issue is they are lacking space. So it's in general just looking around and finding where a good place would be, as well as maybe we want to be able to provide free clothes and have students have a space to donate clothes. So the rent would also be something we would love to have taken care of. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, it's okay.
Hi, I'm Asia Butler, the director of the Matter Involvement Center. You just mentioned that you're a nonprofit. Has your club filed for 501c3 status or?
So currently we are just doing field trips to provide carpooling to thrift stores and flea markets.
Oh,
And we're
okay.
working to have maybe a pop-up at the farmer's market, but we really haven't done any nonprofit work yet.
Okay, so you don't have like the status.
No.
You're just a recognized student organization.
Yes, just a
Okay.
club.
Just want to clarify. Thank you.
Would that be something you would have recommend moving forward?
If that's something you want to do, you can make an appointment with me and we can talk more about it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, Patrick.
Hi there. Space is crazy on this campus. As you know, there's none anywhere. One place that I may suggest that you could explore is there's a basement in Sagebrush Hall that is undeveloped, not very clean, but is probably the only space that I know on campus that is not truly claimed that could maybe work for storage.
Yeah, so UC Davis, they actually got their start in a basement, so that sounds like the right path.
Yeah, I mean, the basement of this building is packed, but I know that that one is mostly used for
Mhm.
storage for old cafeteria food service items and athletic items.
Okay.
So it's literally just kind of ugly and dirty. But
Good to know. Thank you.
Any further questions? Alrighty. Oh, yes, Vice President Anderson.
I just wanted to quickly say, if any of you are interested in working on this project with us, let me know. Tessa has been amazing. I don't know if everyone's seen her business plan, but it's wonderful, very thorough. So please make sure you take a look at it.
I provided my email on there as well if you want to contact me.
Yes, Josie just took the words right out of my mouth, but I was also just going to include too that we're working with Tessa to hopefully have a little not farmers market, thrift store pop-up at our farmers market, which will be really, really exciting, and eventually hopefully make that like an every Tuesday type of thing or every other Tuesday type of thing. So looking forward to that next semester. And you're just such a gift to work with, Tessa. So thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Anyone else here for open forum? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to reports, starting with mine. I wrote a lengthy one, sorry, everyone, so I'm sorry. I'm acting like this is the end of the year, just the end of the semester, but whatever. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our last Senate meeting of the fall semester. It's really bittersweet, but I'm also so grateful to have worked alongside all of you. You literally are such incredible leaders. I was thinking this past weekend, like how excited I was for winter break, just because the semester was a lot in so many different ways. But then I also started to reflect on how important, these Monday mornings are for me. It just like starts my week off on a good note. But I am filled with so much pride and admiration for all of you and your remarkable achievements. You all have fostered a sense of unity among the student body, championed for important causes, and were truly a resource to our campus community. From the creation of innovative programs to the collaboration with faculty and administrators to tirelessly ensuring that every student feels heard, valued, and represented, you all are nothing short of exceptional. I can confidently say that you all have truly made a lasting impact on our campus, and I'm certain that we will continue to leave an even greater impact in the spring semester. Please keep up all the good work, and I'm so excited for spring. But I also wanted to thank our staff and their incredible dedication to all of us. You all continually show up for us, foster a positive and collaborative environment, and make our ideas come to life, realistically, obviously. And your genuine concern for our well-being never goes unnoticed. We are so lucky to have people like you that we get to look up to and work with and believe in our abilities and motivate us. So just thank you for everything this semester. So please take your upcoming break as an opportunity to rest, heal, recharge, grow, sleep in, bake, read, watch TV in your pajamas all day, build Legos, play Spider-Man 2, watch Batman. That was for Cheyenne. Watch the sunset, put on a face mask, practice self-care. Whatever makes you happy and in a state of stress-free, just do that. You can even come over to my house and help me clean out my closet if you want, if you're really bored. You can come over. But seriously, I hope you all have a really awesome break. You definitely deserve it. And we'll be recharged for the spring after. But moving on to like more reporty stuff. Last week, I chaired the IRA board meeting as well as the personnel board meeting. And I attended the USU Board of Directors, the Educational Policies Committee meeting, and Faculty Senate, and a CFAC meeting on Friday. Also would like to remind you that if you would like to nominate yourself to serve on the Search and Screen Committee to find someone for the executive director position, this is a horrible announcement. I don't like this, but please email me and John Dobler. I think Search and Screen committees are such an amazing opportunity to learn more about the position and kind of see what the hiring process looks like and really make sure that your student input is included in that. So if you have any questions, let me know. I can go over what that looks like and potential dates for when you would be, meeting and, it's all going to be on Zoom for the most part, but, just throw that out there. Also a couple announcements. We have our annual holiday celebration this Wednesday from 12 to 2 p.m. in the USU Thousand Oaks room, which is just right above our office. There's going to be a cookie decoration station, holiday sweater contest, white elephant gift exchange, and obviously just lots of fun holiday games and prizes, and some yummy lunch, maybe Stonefire. So definitely if you have some time in between your finals, stop on by. And also just know Kevin did send out an email with more information on like the white elephant gift exchange and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you look at that. Also, there's going to be an event that day as well, which is Wednesday of this week, December 13th. It's a collaboration with the Soraya Homegrown, the USU and AS. So quite the collaboration. Meditation at the Soraya. So you can come and relax and enjoy some yoga, meditation during finals week. There's going to be snacks, giveaways, lots of cool swag, and just your final essentials like Scantrons, pencils, green books, all that good stuff. That's all I have. Thank you all so much. And if you could say to the end of the Senate meeting, I want to take a big group photo of all of us. So yeah. Okay. Any questions on my report? Alrighty. Seeing none, I will go ahead and turn over to our Vice President for her report.
Oh, I have one today.
Never mind.
Okay, hello everyone. Happy last Senate meeting. This is so exciting. I apologize for my absence the past few weeks. It's been literally crazy. I guess this time of year is just always insane for me because I had COVID at this time last year. But I was sick and then I had the vice provost search and then like life stuff, but I'm back here now and I'm very happy to be here. And I wanted to say congratulations to everyone on finishing their first semester as a senator or a cabinet member. It is so exciting. You all have done incredible work. I know life gets really overwhelming sometimes, especially when you're an overachiever like all of you are. But I really hope that you take time this winter break to reflect on everything you've done. You have all proven yourselves and demonstrated amazing leadership. So you definitely deserve some time to rest and you deserve to be proud of yourselves. And on that note, start thinking of next semester. Start planning your town halls, get ahead of the game. We are going to be a lot more strict, unfortunately, on the expectations next semester. You know, the first semester is kind of more of a trial period where you're getting used to things, but next semester, everyone is expected to be aware of what's expected of them. So we will be requesting that you have 2 town halls or some type of event with your constituents. We expect that you know the absence policy, the dress code policy, all of those things. So if you're not clear on it, or you have any questions, let me know. Everything is on the AS Codes website, the AS Wiki. I don't know if people have visited that or not, but it's a really good resource. So definitely check that out. And then also start thinking of when your office hours will be, what committee you're interested in being on. And if you're interested in running to be a chair or a vice chair, spring semester goes really fast. So before you know it, we'll be at the Senate meeting where we're electing those chairs. And those are really good leadership opportunities. So definitely keep that in mind. And then once again, just remember we have the leadership training on January 11th and reboot camp on the 19th. So please be there, put those in your calendar. And I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, does anyone have any questions for Vice President Anderson? All right, seeing none, we'll move up to our Chief of Staff. She unfortunately is sick this morning, but Josie will read her report.
Okay. Hello, Senate and faculty. I'm not feeling well. I apologize for my absence, but thank you, Josie, for reading my report. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. This is finals week. I hope you're all studying hard to pass these exams, but remember your mental health is the most important, so take breaks. I would like to announce that I passed my Gateway Lab exams. Woo! It's very exciting because now there is no longer any barrier allowing me to graduate. That is so exciting. Congratulations, Sam. As for cabinet, last week we had our final cabinet meeting. All of our wonderful chairs are wrapping up this week, any loose ends to their work, or at least putting a pause in their plans as we enter winter break. Myself, along with the Chair of Diversity and Inclusion, as well as Chair of Communications, are going to meet with Tony, the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion from the CSUN Police Department on December 20th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. via Zoom to start collaborating on his awesome project. This is all for cabinet. If you'd like to contact me, you can always call or text, and of course, email. Have a great rest of your day. From Sam.
Yay, thank you. We wish Sam lots of vitamin C and cough drops, whatever she's going through. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty, we will now turn over to our Chair of Finance, Tran, for her report. Oh, yes, Jonathan.
Permission to be recognized.
Granted. Thank you so much. Take it away.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Happy last Monday and happy last Senate meeting of the semester. I wanted to say congratulations to everyone for being here today and for all your hard work. I also wanted to share one of my favorite quotes by Nietzsche. He said, "A thinker sees his own actions as experiments and questions, as attempts to find out something. Success and failure are for him answers above all." And with that, I want to urge all of our senators to experiment and maybe even try more untraditional approaches. I think this semester we did such a great job trying new things. So congratulations, everyone, and good luck with finals. Moving on to my report, I'll start by sharing our account balances. Within STAR, we have $169,796. Within unassigned contingency, $744,949. Clubs and orgs assigned $15,000, same with Phil as well. In clubs and orgs travel, we have $4,382. And with that, I want to reiterate that our annual budget is now closed. It's been closed since last Monday. And that our budget deliberations will be taking place in January, from January 16th to 18th in person. Additionally, all supplementals with amount 600 and greater will be going to Finance Committee when we resume in January. And moving on to my more report part of this segment, I attended IRA last week, as Paige mentioned, and I also had the opportunity to attend CFAC. At CFAC, one of the things that was discussed was a potential 5% increase for all housing rental types in order to meet projected expenses and operating needs for the 2024-2025 academic semester. With the past tuition increase, I'm also curious how this is going to affect our housing students too. So I'll be asking around to learn more about this and hopefully be able to communicate this out to students as well. And this concludes my report for today. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, are there any questions on Chair Finance's report? Alrighty, also just to touch on that, Yvette, thank you so much for bringing up CFAC. I was going to also include that there is a 2% increase in summer tuition, which if you look at the numbers, it's not much, but also that's considering that they haven't also added the 6% increase. So we'll see how that plays out for the next summer 2025, I think. Yeah, just a heads up, but I'll keep you all updated. But turning over to our Attorney General for his report.
Thank you. Congratulations, everyone, on making it to the end of the semester and to our final meeting for the semester. This last week on Friday, I was at the Enrollment Management Council where there was some good news generally around enrollment, such as the number of applications that we've received up to this point is quite a bit higher than the same time last year. So that's hopefully that'll translate into higher enrollment next year as well. So the enrollment numbers are hopefully going to be on the rise, which is great. And then just generally in regards to Senate and finals week, definitely make sure to get some rest and don't overstress, but also, you know, you're going to kill those finals. So go at it, and we will see you in the spring for some wonderful things. Oh yeah, and there's not going to be office hours this week because it's finals week. So we expect you to be, you know, your full academic selves working on those finals. So yeah, don't worry about the office hours.
You may still, if you want, be in the office to study, if you want a quiet space. Not that it might be quiet, I don't know how quiet it is, but yeah. Any questions on our Attorney General's report? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to standing committee reports, starting with external affairs.
Good morning, everyone. Not much to report today, but we do have a resolution on the agenda, and I do plan on making an amendment, so any discussion before that is very much welcome.
Okay. Okay, any discussion on our this resolution, which is with regard to student employment wages? It is attached to the agenda. I know they've been working on this for quite some time, like this whole semester, if not mistaken. So yeah, any discussion? Yes, Senator Tybee.
I just want to add, Golden, Jenish, and we went through countless email exchanges and Zoom meetings with all sorts of different people at different levels. And that's where we've kind of obtained all this information, put it onto one document. And there's lots of very specific things like there's different boundaries, like City of LA incorporated versus unincorporated and all that. And so it's a lot of stuff that we need to figure out and kind of straighten out. but I'm very happy with what we have presented. I know, Matthew has some changes, but I just wanted to put that forward.
Thank you so much. Is there any further discussion? All right, do you want to make your amendment? Go for it.
Okay, I move to amend the resolution to make item number 14 more clear. Hopefully I don't need to read what I wrote, but just clear. Also, we'd add 2 articles to the footnotes for that. One is titled, "Where Can You Afford to Rent in California?" which is a Los Angeles Times article by Ryan Murphy and Priya Krishna Kumar, I believe. And then also a link to a Zumper page, which lists Los Angeles, CA, or California rent prices. And then also would include adding Assembly Member Pilar Cheval, State Senator Caroline Menjivar, and Congressperson Brad Sherman.
Thank you so much. Could you maybe clarify what line 14 will say now?
Line 14 would read, the average monthly cost of a studio apartment in Los Angeles exceeds the total amount of monthly income a student assistant working their full 20-hour weekly maximum makes, according to budgeting calculations for a student employee's current income of state minimum wage. An affordable rent would be around $400 per month, which is 1/3 of their current monthly income. Yet that price for an apartment is unattainable in Los Angeles, as virtually no apartment costs equal to or less than $400 a month.
Thank you so much for that. Any further discussion? Alrighty, any further discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving apologies, let me go back to the thing. Approving the resolution student employment wages as amended, please raise your hand. All right, never mind, sorry. All those in favor of approving Matthew's amendment, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, the motion passes. Now we'll go ahead and approve the resolution, student employment wages as amended. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, the motion passes. Thank you. I would just like to say thank you all so much for your incredible work. I know this is such a long process and you definitely fought some battles with this and had some people kind of be mean to you, but you definitely made it out and I really, really appreciate all your hard work. So thank you so much. Anything else from External Affairs, Matthew?
That is all.
Great, thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to Internal Affairs with Senator Tybee.
Good morning, everybody. For my report, I just wanted to thank all the Internal Affairs Committee members for being so active in each of the meetings. Just seeing how everybody transformed from the very beginning to the very end was wonderful, and the amount of participation we've gotten by the end is just skyrocketed. And I hope everybody here in the Senate has a wonderful finals week, 2 weeks, however long it might be for you guys. But we have one referral that will be coming up. Should I talk about it now?
Yeah, you totally can.
Okay, and this is going to be on the Chair of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And there is one addition under Section 4 of responsibilities at the very end. And the addition is to review the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Guide yearly and revise as needed. And there's one removal, and that's to remove the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee shall be responsible for. And when I've learned that we've been in the process of slowly removing these committee sections, because before chair and committee codes were all in one document and now it's split, but this has seemed to be a piece where it has not yet been separated. This code is in the committee code itself, and also in the chair code. So we wanted to remove that. The only thing that isn't currently in the committee code was bullet point 5 about researching new mental health initiatives. And this is something that we would like to look into potentially adding in a referral for next semester if it's needed.
Thank you so much. So was that an amendment that you were making?
No, it's all under this motion to add that point and to remove all that below.
Okay, beautiful. Thanks so much. Alrighty, any discussion on this motion? All right, see none. All those in favor of approving the Chair of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Code as amended, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Great, the motion passes. Thank you so much to Senator Tybee and your incredible work this semester. Okay, we'll move on to University Affairs with Senator Dunn.
Alrighty, so last week we tabled indefinitely because it'll be our last regular meeting last week. We tabled indefinitely sports club fundraising fair, hour of no classes to commend and reaffirm actions to approve advisement, and Matador's giving back. We do want to bring these back in the spring semester. We did this because next week, or this week now, we are having an event during University Affairs, December 14th, this Thursday from 5 to 6 in the Calabasas room. We'll be serving tacos, but this relates back to things that we want to improve with University Affairs next semester. We wanted to have more referrals directly from the students. So we felt that having kind of like this town hall thing would get good direct input for that. So please come to the event. It'll be amazing. Promise. Hope to see you all there.
Senator Dunn promises. You better be there. Alrighty. Any questions on his report? Alrighty, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to AS Executive Director Patrick Bailey for his report.
Hi there. Good morning, everyone. My report was stolen by Paige. So I was going to talk about the holiday gathering, our end of the year event. So I hope that you do have some time to take a break from finals or studying and come and join all of us in the Thousand Oaks room. Since you took my report, I'll tell you my favorite quote. I went to a very small college. Only 1,000 people were ever allowed to be there at one time. And you had to live on campus and you had to eat on campus every meal. So there was no complaints about parking because we weren't allowed to have cars. And there were always complaints about food because you had to eat there. The cool thing is when you graduated, you got your picture in the yearbook and you had to pick a quote that you lived your life by and that you were going to continue to live your life by. And most people pick these very deep quotes like, there were two roads and I picked the road less traveled and that made the difference. That wasn't mine. So mine was, life is just too short not to live it up a little. And it was by that great philosopher, Snoopy. So I encourage you during this time of finals and all of the celebrations that happen between now and the New Year's, that you take a little bit of time for yourself and live it up a little. It's important to rest, but it's also great to get dressed up, do something fun and crazy. So I encourage you to take some time for yourself during the break. I hope you all have a great finals. And if there's anything I can ever do for you, please let me know. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Are there any questions on his report? Alrighty, seeing none, we will go ahead and turn over to our University Advisor, Asia Butler.
I don't have a report today. Thank you.
Wow, longest report of the century. Awesome. Dr. Vita Ward, you may take the floor.
All right. Thank you, everybody, and I hope you had a good weekend. I'd like to first of all acknowledge all the folks in the gallery. This is very impressive today, and I'm glad that you took the time to come and be with Associated Students, Inc. I wanted to share just a couple of things today. Number one, where are faculty? Same place as you are, right? End of the semester, overwhelmed, working through all of the details, last minute emails that are flying in, adding things to Canvas to catch up, etc. So be gracious with your faculty members, as we hope our faculty will be with you. It was great seeing Representative Bresnellian from the Magrum Center, which is my College of Health and Human Development. And so again, each of you can acknowledge your connections in your own academic college and how those different departments work together to support where you're going academically. Next, think about the balance of yourselves spiritually at this time of year when so many celebrations are coming up, so many demands on you as a human being, as well as an intellectual being. So again, faculty want to support you in both of those directions. And then finally, as you move into your final examinations, think of yourselves and where you will be next semester and reaching out to who might replace you and support you in your committee assignments and all of the wonderful things that AS does. So again, have a great holiday season. I hope you wrap up with wonderful exams, final papers, etc. And then just know that your faculty are there to support, help, and encourage you. So again, keep in contact with them. And as you plan for next semester, ahead of time, maybe have a time when you can introduce yourselves to your classmates and your peers, constituents. So again, have a wonderful winter recess.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ward, for your amazing report. And we also hope you have a wonderful winter recess as well. Alrighty, it looks like it is 9:54, so we'll have to turn it over to our special meeting agenda. So I call this meeting to order at 9:54, and we'll go ahead and turn it over to Golden for our roll call.
Vice President Anderson. Senator Bobnagry. One second, okay. Senator Chavez. Senator Doe. Senator Dunn. Senator Kaddish. Senator Iman Khan. Senator Awais Khan. Senator Mezabin. Senator Radionov. Senator Saravia. Senator Scher. Senator Tybee. Senator Toledo Carranza. Senator Tran. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Golden. We'll now go ahead and move on to the approval of the agenda for today's meeting. Is there a motion? Senator Saravia.
I move to approve December 11th, 2023 meeting agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Toledo Carranza, thank you. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. We'll now go ahead and move on to open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes.
you hear me? Okay, hi. My name is Margina and I'm here regarding SJP's constitution on the agenda. I come as both a board member for SJP, who's been part of the club's programming since it restarted last year, and a community member who's seen the impact of our work on our student body. We recognize that the Palestinian liberation struggle exists at the intersection of all oppression, from issues such as disability justice, indigenous sovereignty, and gender-based violence, as the Zionist State of Israel is an entity that regularly commits crimes against both Palestinians and their native land. It is with this knowledge SJP has provided a necessary outlet and space for students to investigate the global systems of oppression that govern us and their connection both to the Zionist occupation and to our issues as college students. This is something that unfortunately our university has failed to do. With all the money we are giving to the Cal State University, we see less of an education that centers the student body in our issues and more of a prioritization of policing on our campuses as a means of quote unquote taking care of students. Palestinian students, both in SJP and on campus, have to deal with the regular issues of college life, in addition to having to see their family experience a genocide in real time. And in the face of such violence, their campus chooses neutrality for the sake of not ruffling institutional feathers. History has shown us that in the midst of atrocities such as what are happening in Gaza, there will always be people who chose silence and neutrality in the face of injustice. But it is our promise to CSUN students, whether our constitution is approved or not, that our commitment to justice for the Palestinian people will be unwavering, and our work in organizing will continue until their liberation. We feel affirmed in our place on campus with the solidarity we have with other people's struggles on campuses, with orgs representing anywhere from the Filipino struggle to the Chicano one to the feminist one, and solidarity from students who've expressed to us that our club has been the first time they feel represented and seen on campus. So with this knowledge and with this ask, I support approving the SJP Constitution. But I also affirm that whether it's approved or not, our work will continue, SJP will still exist, and students will always have a place with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me, sorry. Thank you so much. Is there anyone else here for open forum?
All right, hello. I'm gonna be speaking about SJP as well. From my personal experience as a student here, I have felt safe and comfortable being Arab and proud through SJP to really embrace my heritage despite the anti-Arab rhetoric and racism in the world and on campus by students. SJP is an outlet for Middle Eastern and North African students of color to raise awareness on a topic we all know well, and our parents know well, and our grandparents know well, and so on. As an Arab student, there are little to no resources or recognition for my community, but SJP has helped me connect to other Arab and MENA students I didn't know of because of how ostracizing it is on campus. We are simply overlooked. As a student who pays money to this university, I should have the right to help decide and advocate where my money goes. I want my money to be sent to SJP and other groups who don't spew hateful propaganda and stand for me and my community. As a student and using my First Amendment right, I have every right to advocate and speak up and express my frustration about the genocide of people who look like me, speak the same language as me, eat the same foods, share the same culture, and who share the same struggles of Western dehumanization and oppression, and I can do that through SJP. Simply removing SJP would simply remove the voice of students of color. As an Arab Christian, I'm not allowed to even visit Holy Land like Jerusalem or Bethlehem and occupied West Bank for being Arab and having an Arabic last name. I've had 5 family members try to enter only to be pulled aside and be questioned for over an hour about our background and doings for being Arab, and then to be sent away. This is why I joined SJP as well, to help advocate for liberation of Palestine so that I and other Arabs of Christian or Muslim faith may visit Holy Land, and we are denied for basis on racial rhetoric. To liberate people's homes that were taken from them, and from my grandfather, Allah yarhamu, who was a citizen of Jerusalem before 1948. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there anyone else here for open forum?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Alyssa Avila, and I'm here in support of SJP and the passage of their constitution. As a student here, we have as much of a right as everyone else does to exist as a student organization on campus, as a paying member of this community, might I add. The mission statement of Students for Justice in Palestine is to advocate for the justice, human rights, and liberation for all people of Palestine. This, more so now than ever, provides a space where those who are horrified by the ongoing genocide in Gaza are able to find support. This is just as true for students in support of Israel at this time. So having an organization on campus that allows folks a place and a space to feel safe and supported and seen on this campus during these horrific times is very important.
Is there anyone else here for open forum?
Can you hear me? Cool. Hi, my name is Lexi. I'm a junior transfer, and I believe it is necessary for our school to continue letting SJP operate on its campuses. In a time where we are witnessing a genocide committed by the state of Israel against Palestinians, it is crucial for students to be able to talk about this, for students to grieve the 17,000 plus lives murdered, for students to voice their frustration and their anger and their rage over our government's continued support of this genocide. And SJP has given students these opportunities to do so when not much else has. Their events have been peaceful and informative. They have been educating students on what is going on in Gaza. And more importantly, however, they have been inclusive of many different backgrounds. In the Vigil for Palestine event, for example, community members from all over were encouraged to voice their frustrations about what is going on in Gaza. And many voices were centered, including Palestinian voices, Jewish voices, Iranian voices, and many more. The result was a powerful night that left me and many other students process our grief over the shared helplessness we've been feeling about the genocide happening in Gaza. And it lets students grieve the family members and individuals that have been killed. In a time where students have been silenced, doxxed, arrested, and shot for their support of Palestine, it is crucial that our voices here be protected. It is crucial that our institutions do not submit to any McCarthyist panic that is currently surrounding Palestine. It is crucial that they do not censor students' First Amendment rights. Therefore, I believe it is necessary for SJP to continue operating at CSUN, and I believe it is necessary for SJP CSUN to continue to exist. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here for open forum?
Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I'm Juniper Cottrell. I am speaking today on behalf of the Women's Research and Resource Center and the Feminist Student Association. Students for Justice in Palestine should be allowed to organize on campus. Their constitution should be approved. Restricting the free speech and organizing freedoms of a student group protesting in solidarity with a group of people being currently annihilated is a really bad look for your university and AS in general, and disempowers your students even further. At its core, SJP has been entirely within their rights as a student group to use campus grounds as an organizing space for a cause they believe in, creating community on campus and political education to students that is not largely represented within university protocol and university curriculum as we have seen. Yeah, side with your students' First Amendment rights and side with peaceful resistances and student groups. Thank you.
You may take the floor.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Idel. I don't really have a statement prepared, so I'm really just going to be speaking from the heart here. But yeah, my name is Idel, and I'm here on behalf of supporting SJP and their ability to continue being a student organization here on campus. And this issue really matters a lot to me as a Filipino student and as a member of the Filipino Youth Collective. And seeing SJP continue to struggle and really advocate for the rights of people who's really being genocided means a lot to me. As someone whose people is also facing a lot of state repression, violence in their communities back home, I really see the parallels between the Palestinian people struggles and the Filipino people struggles. And it really means a lot to me to see a group of people here at the college I go to continue to keep on fighting for their people's rights. It's an inspiration to me, and it's an inspiration to not just the stories of the Filipino people, but of all peoples who's had to migrate and whose people back home are facing violence and death on the daily. And with the inclusion of SJP and CSUN and their ability to keep on organizing and to keep on inspiring, I think it is in the university's best interest to keep on supporting these kinds of communities and their struggles, and really see it as important to the campus life. And if SJP continues to be a student organization, I think it's not enough for them to simply just exist, but we have to go further and keep on supporting them. I was on campus last year when SJP started to get things rolling again. And from the very start, I remember hearing stories of members being doxxed and harassed and being made uncomfortable here on campus. And that's a trend that still continues today. And I really think that we need to do something about that. As someone whose people whose struggles have also been, slandered and mislabeled, right? In the Philippines, it's very common for you, if you were to speak up, you are terror tagged and seen as a terrorist or advocating for things that you don't advocate for. And I see the parallels here on this campus here in America with SJP and how they become labeled as things that they aren't, as terrorists. And that's something we can't stand for here on our campus. As someone whose people faces that struggle, I really want to emphasize that in supporting SJP here as CSUN campus, you're also supporting the struggles of so many people who are also on this campus too. So I really, again, want to advocate for the continuing of SJP as an organization here in order to uplift your communities, your people, your fellow students in their struggles here as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Patrick Bailey. I currently serve as the Executive Director of Associated Students, and formerly I was the Director of the Office of Student Development, Orientation Development, and the Matador Involvement Center. I want to explain, and first I want to thank everyone for coming. But I want to explain that this is already a recognized student organization. The ability to recognize a student organization on this campus and on every campus in the CSU must be done by a state agency. So Asia Butler, who runs the Matador Involvement Center, they have already approved the organization. So it is an approved student organization. What you do in AS is you do what's called a chartering process. The chartering process is really for funding. So a student organization gets recognized through the Matador Involvement Center, and then if they want to seek AS funding, they come to AS and they get chartered, and then they can get funding through us. Once they're approved by the Matador Involvement Center, they're an official student organization. They can use all of the campus facilities that they want. So this is just an added step. And historically, The reason why it's a little convoluted is historically, back in the day, when the campus started, AS was the one that recognized student organizations. But the system realized that we, as an auxiliary, do not have the ability or the power to recognize a campus organization. It has to be done by a campus or a state agency. And so the recognition of student organizations is done by the Matador Involvement Center. What's before you today is really to charter the organization so they can seek AS funding. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that because I kept on hearing that maybe you were recognizing them, and that's not your role or your function. They're already a recognized student organization.
Thank you so much, Patrick, for that clarification. We appreciate it.
Never signed into open forum before, guys. This is my first time. Okay, that was the first time actually. Hi guys. Some of you may be familiar with me, but I'm Katie. I used to be a senator last year, so I'm very familiar with these processes and stuff. But I also wanted to come and show some support for SJP. You know, regardless of the fact that they are coming to under the impression that they are going to be like approved, their constitution is going to be approved by you guys. They're also coming here to explain, you know, their purpose on campus. And it's really important for you guys as the board of directors for this company and a company that stands by advocating for the students to hear and listen to these people. And not just hear and listen to them, but go and ask them questions. And I believe that during my tenure as a senator last year, I was really successful because I was always asking questions. And just if you don't align with the mission of SJP, regardless of it, you guys need to still ask questions, educate yourselves. And even after it, if you don't still agree with them, that's fine. But at least you went and showed up and asked them questions and made them feel like they had some validity with advocating for other students on campus, which is also the mission of the board of directors. I just want to remind you guys, you know, it so happens that the semester is culminating, and I need you all to realize the privilege that you have just in this organization. Doesn't even have to do with this constitution and you know, being chartering SJP. If you guys approve it, it's really just the amount of privilege that you guys have to have change, to make change on this campus and to really advocate for what you believe is right. And yeah, also, this is just a random side note. I was, I don't know, I would be mad at myself if I didn't point this out. Since I was such a technical freak when it came to agendas and stuff like that, if you all know. But when I was on the website, I was looking for when judicial court was, you know, approving the agendas, not the agendas, the constitutions for this semester. And there was a lot of confusion, especially with me, about like when things were unfinished business or when they became new business and whatnot. And I had noticed like out of nowhere, like 2 weeks ago, SJP was under unfinished business when I had went through all of the other agendas and minutes, and it was not on there at all. I'm really big on like doing things correctly when it comes to agendas and stuff like that, because I know that they are posted public. And especially for moments like this, when people are using these agendas and minutes as, you know, forms of, I don't know how to say it, but just keeping people in check, I guess, or just understanding what's happening within AS internally. It's super important to be consistent with agendas and minutes and to make sure that, you know, anyone from the public eye can understand it and really know what's going on. So I would hope that there's like more moderation for stuff like this for the next semester. And this doesn't just go to like judicial court, it goes to everyone's committees and stuff like that. It's really important. And yeah, I just would really hope that you guys are taking what everyone is saying here as,
a form of inspiration, and you guys all have respect for the people that are coming here to speak. Because again, these are people that, feel really scared on this campus to come. And especially for a public meeting that is live streamed, it's really empowering. So I really hope you guys take that and show a lot of respect for our student clubs on campus for doing this. Thank you.
Can everyone hear me? Hi, my name is Robert. Being on the board of this club, I've personally seen the growth of SJP from when we've had 4 members to now, with an active and modestly organized group of activists. This genocide happening in Palestine is not new. So to those of us already familiar with it, we were eager to join on early on and try to educate our local community. At first, it was hard. At first, our table at Meet the Clubs got doxxed. Pictures of our members were posted on public Twitter accounts, and we were immediately labeled terrorist, anti-Semites, and racist. While at that time, those comments stayed online, we were small and we were easy to pick on. As the months went by, and since then, we've made many connections. Our revolutionary Filipino friends, the Lebanese Students Association, and all of our friends in the various departments here on campus have helped us and supported us in any way they can. On our Instagram, we've shared poetry, art, links to other events, cultural nights, and even organized demonstrations. We've shared information not only in English, but also in Arabic and Spanish. We've been inclusive as possible, and we've also participated, we also held higher positions in the demonstrations that are going around all over LA. Our club has participated in the 2022 National SJP Conference held at UCLA, connecting us with SJPs and students from all over the United States and Canada, representing CSUN on a national scale. It's hard to believe we did this all without being AS chartered, all without that funding. This semester, the plan was to take it slow and steady and continue to educate the CSUN community as we knew how. But the uprising on October 7th showed not only us, but the world that Palestine needs immediate help. Because we already had an established club on campus, we hit the ground running, and people have eagerly joined and participated in events to show support towards the Palestinian people. Not just Palestinians and Arabs, but people from all kinds of cultures have attended events like our vigil and our walkout. We emphasize time and time again that we stand with the oppressed and marginalized of the world, from the natives of this land where we've settled, to the victims of imperialist violence in Kashmir, the Congo, Cuba, the marginalized queer, trans, and non-binary folk all over the world, and to the diversity and beautiful skin tones that inhabit this earth. We stand on the side of the oppressed, and the CSUN community has shown it understands. Looking back at it all, it's clear that there's still a lot of work to be done. We understand that we're a recognized campus organization and have the ability to work and organize, and whether we're AS chartered, we're still going to exist and continue to do that. We're here today to seek that AS funding and advance the work that we're already doing. We're not perfect, nor do we act like we are, but this genocide has to end. I'll end with a quote by Arundhati Roy. Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. Thank you. Please approve the SJP Constitution.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here just as a student, as an advocate, and as a club leader at CSUN. Before you all vote today, I would really like to request a little more information on a specific part of the Constitution and potentially request an amendment. Under Section 4, it says that the fiscal year of the organization shall be August 28th to December 22nd, which is not the full academic year. And as a club president, our constitution that was approved by AS clearly states that the fiscal year of this organization shall be July 1st through to June 30th. So I would like to request why that was written and make sure that that doesn't conflict with anything that this club is trying to do. And I just wanted to also bring up that AS has claimed neutrality in a time like this, and they have really remained silent. But I think that if people are claiming neutrality, you should also be mindful of what people are posting on their social medias, what accounts they're following, what posts they are liking, because it's very clearly not neutral. And several members of AS are clearly posting very like Islamophobic and xenophobic rhetoric. And I think people should be mindful of how we are creating an inclusive space as AS. And I also just wanted to thank all the board members today and all the SJP members who came and spoke. And I really applaud that they came to advocate for what they stand for. So thank you.
Anyone else here for open forum? Vice President Anderson.
I know. Just a comment from a procedural perspective, the reason why it's listed as old business on the agenda is because it was brought to judicial court on March 27th. And even though we have a new chair and it's a new school year, if it was presented to the court at one point, it's still old business. So it's still a continued legislative process. And that agenda is posted on the Google Drive.
Yeah, just in case if anyone sees the judicial court agendas that were brought up, to clarify on the most recent one, which was, or at least the most recent one posted November 27th, it does say SJP was tabled. Typically, we have a process that we followed where clubs will attend judicial court to present their club to the judicial court. And so that's why, as you can see, multiple clubs were tabled as they did not attend judicial court. Just to give some clarification to anyone who doesn't know the judicial court process. Alrighty. Also, just to clarify, when it comes to funding for clubs, we do follow something called VPN, viewpoint neutrality, which means that regardless of our own personal opinions, that does not inhibit how much money we give a club. I'll just throw this out there. Let's say a club is asking for $200 for a guest speaker, and that's the Republican club, and the Democratic club is asking for $200 or $300, let's say, excuse me. They will both get the same amount for a guest speaker. Just because X person is Republican, X person is a Democrat, it does not matter. If we will only fund $200 for a guest speaker. So just to clarify on that, so it doesn't matter what stance you are, what background you are, and that's really what governs our funding process. And Chair of Finance, did you want to add anything else to that?
Yeah, thanks, Paige. I can add on to viewpoint neutrality. So we do fund neutrally when it comes to like budget requests and things of that nature. But I've always been very transparent that I'm open to working with clubs and orgs, put in those requests and help tailor those requests so then they can like maximize the funding while still being within the VPN guidelines.
Alrighty, thank you for that. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and move. We don't have any reports, so we'll go ahead and move on to new business. Line item A is to approve the club constitution, Students for Justice in Palestine. Is there a motion? Oh, yeah, sorry, apologies, Asia.
All right, I have a motion. I had a question. She's mentioned something about the fiscal year clarification. I don't know if that was clear to everybody.
Yeah.
What was the question? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, we can talk afterwards. No, so you all, we can meet, but you all can amend your own constitution.
Vice President Anderson.
I believe those were in the changes requested by judicial court. So when judicial court reviewed the Constitution, they noticed, I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but from my understanding of the situation, judicial court noticed that mistake on there and requested for it to be changed and didn't receive that change back. So it wasn't something made intentionally by Associated Students, but actually something that we wanted to fix in order to help the club in that sense.
Alrighty.
But because the Constitution was pushed to be processed in a faster manner, it slipped by and now was not changed.
Yes, Patrick.
And again, any changes to a constitution, any approval of a constitution is the Matador Involvement Center. It is not the Associated Students' role or ability to ever make any changes in a constitution of a student organization. That is not and cannot be the role of Associated Students.
Alrighty, thank you. Are there any? We'll move on to the motion now. Is there a motion to approve line item A? Senator Tybee.
I move to approve line item A.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Toledo Carranza, thank you. Any discussion? Yes, Senator Tybee.
I just want to say that I commend all of you guys for presenting up here today and hearing everything directly from what you guys, everything that you've commented, everything that you faced when you guys were first at Meet the Clubs, for example. It's so just disheartening to hear about all that. And from my perspective within AS, I don't see why we wouldn't approve this, especially considering VPN. And so I encourage everybody as well to support approving this Constitution.
Yes, Senator Saravia.
I also just want to thank all of you for coming. This is the biggest crowd that I've seen all semester, and honestly, just seeing all of the different groups that were able to rally together at the protest about like 2 weeks ago, and just right now, it's nice seeing big communities being able to come together for one single purpose, and it really shows like what CSUN stands for and what SJP stands for. So I'm very happy that you guys were able to come here and let us all know your perspective, and I'm really sorry that at Meet the Clubs you guys had to face that.
Yes, Senator Khan.
Patrick, so we have zero authority to change the Constitution.
That is correct.
If we approve this Constitution, will they have to resubmit to get funding for the next semester?
We are not approving a constitution.
Sorry, approving chartering.
No. They've already approved. They are a student organization.
I'm aware they're a student organization, but to fund them.
To fund them, that's why we do the chartering process.
Correct.
They could submit a supplemental funding request to the chair of finance and they can be funded.
Right, but the fiscal year they declared was August 28th to December 22nd, which ends in 2 weeks. So will there be funding for them next semester?
Yes, there will be.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any further discussion? All right, I'll just include a point. It's really unfortunate that we have kind of been a little bit confused in the judicial court process, and hopefully next semester we'll have more guidance on how to properly run judicial court, because it's really bringing a lot of clubs like SJP kind of bringing to this unfortunate point. And I apologize that this has happened and that we have not been guided properly. But I'd also just, again, want to thank you all for being here. And I'm grateful that we, have an open and supportive space for you all, and that you feel, comfortable sharing. So thank you again for being here. Is there any further discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving line item A, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, sorry. Oh. We're gonna do that vote again, apologies. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. Alrighty, we'll now go ahead and turn it over to Golden for our final roll call.
Vice President Anderson, Senator Bob Negri, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe, Senator Dunn, Senator Kaddish, Senator Iman Khan, Senator Awais Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Radionov, Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Tybee, Senator Toledo Carranza, Senator Tran. Okay.
Thank you to our Attorney General, and I will go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 10:33 a.m. And we're not done yet. We're gonna go back to our original agenda. Yeah, okay, on to new business. Alrighty, we have a couple new business items. The first one is to approve the following appointment for Gina Lopez for the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. Is there a motion? Senator Saravia.
I move to approve Gina Lopez to Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Tybee, thank you. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving line item A, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? The motion passes. Alrighty, line item B, to approve the CDE resolution in regards to funding for the toddler program for the 2024-25 school year. What? As shown in attachment 4. Is there a motion? Senator Toledo Carranza.
I move to approve line item B.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Khan, thank you. Is there any discussion? Alrighty, seeing no discussion, all those in favor of approving line item B, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Right, the motion passes. Moving on to line item C, to approve the following club constitution, the Radio, Television, Digital News Association. Is there a motion? Senator Tybee.
I move to approve line item C.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Chavez, thank you. Any discussion? Alrighty, seeing none. All those in favor of approving line item C, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Right, the motion passes. That concludes new business. We have no information items, discussion items. Any legislative referrals that we have received will be for next semester. Are there any announcements? Alrighty, just a reminder, no office hours this week. Also, the holiday party is on the 13th from 12 to 2 p.m. on Wednesday in the Thousand Oaks room. And yeah, just good luck with finals. Alrighty, I think if that's all, any further announcements? Alrighty, I will go ahead and turn it over to our Attorney General for the final roll call of the semester.
All right, congratulations on final roll call. Vice President Anderson, Senator Bob Negri, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe, Senator Dunn, Senator Kaddish, Senator Iman Khan, Senator Awais Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Radionov, Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Tybee, Senator Toledo Carranza, Senator Tran. Yay.
No? Never mind. Alrighty, I adjourn this meeting at 10:37 a.m. Thank you. Good luck with finals. If you want to take a photo, you can stay. Also, breakfast is for you all, so please feel free to take some.